Tell me about Carl Cappa. You went to high school here?
Yeah,
Graduated when?
41.
41. And that was wartime?
Yes.
So-
I went into the service.
Were you drafted or did you enlist?
I drafted.
Drafted? Tell me about your service time.
Went to Camp Landing, Florida. Then we got sent to Louisiana
Mm-hmm.
and Fort Polk. That's where. And another thing. And if I told you that I wanted to go overseas, I'd be lying like hell. I didn't want to, but I got hurt for doing maneuvers, and me being very, very athletic-minded and really good balance and all that. I got hurt because we were going on night maneuvers. I fell down this mountain and I hurt my back real bad. And in those days, they didn't know of a cure for it, you know. So I got sent to got sent to a hospital in New York City. And I must have seen at least 10 doctors because I was paralyzed 6 months. And my company went to England and France.
Right.
And the day they finished their tour of duty, and by the way, we're the quartermaster, so as Army goes, it's not the hardest thing in the world, you know. When we got sent, or my company got sent to France, they were the first ones to be sent to the Far East. And the day they got on the boat, they I got discharged.
Okay.
And actually, when they came back, they came to see me. They had been over there and back, and I was still in the hospital. Yeah.
You still feel effects of that? I mean, is that?
Yeah. It's sporadic, but it's there.
Yeah.
I've gone to doctors and specialists, and they all say the same thing. Carl, if you don't have to have it, don't have it.
Then you come back after you're discharged, you come back to Jamestown, then what happens to Carl Cappa?
We had a teacher named Mr. Miller that was he taught it at Washington Junior High. Then he got transferred, or he got raised. I think he got a better position. He got changed to Jamestown High. So I was with him, or I was learned under him from Washington until I graduated. And his favorite words for me were lunkhead.
Lunkhead?
He's one of those old tough guys, you know, and he was very safety conscious. And if you did something that he thought was unsafe, you'd hear about it. But I really loved it all my life, and in fact, when I finished high school, my last year in high school, because we were so poor, we had to have money, had to help my parents. I went to work at Empire Case Goods. And I worked there, and I then from there I got a job at Mannix. But my first job was at Empire Case Goods, and I had a complicated job where all you did is the veneer, you'd have to cut it to put it on tops and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
It was very simple, is what I'm trying to say. And then I went to work at Maddox from there. I worked under Jim Moran.
Oh, yeah.
And Jim, he was another Mr. Miller. He was a tough, rough guy. And all you saw when he walked through the factory was asses and elbows. He worked. He worked. And, but that was a successful company.
Yeah.
When he ran it. And then when I got back from the service, I was going to go back to Maddox, and I went back to Maddox. And that was the day before they had a tornado, if you remember that.
Yeah.
So there was no roof on Maddox for a long time. So I had to get a job someplace. So I got a job. They had a job here at training, you know, and I came down here under Jake Johnson. They used to call him a very, again, good man.
Here at Crawford.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've been here ever since. And then I learned I learned a few words of Swedish. A lot of good ones and a lot not so good. They taught me some Swedish words, you know.
I may have to take some lessons from you.
You know, good morning and morning dog.
Morning dog, sure.
You know.
That's the good stuff.
Basic, that's right.
That I know.
You know, there was a girl, a lady named Catherine Anderson, and she says, when they tell you words, you better check with me. So she'd tell me, she says, Carl, don't use that. But they really helped me. I'll tell you, they made me look smart.